Hello everybody, me and Tim just completed this old house in Manchester, New Hampshire. And just for a quick rehab, this house was built in 1900 and it was owned by the same family from day one. So the same family owned this place for 123 years. And it's really cool to work here is it's basically a time capsule. But it ended up coming out excellent. And the homeowner originally, he picked 4 different colors to paint here. And in my opinion, it was too much as I do not like using more than 2 colors in a house. But we started off with that darker blue color that you can see in the distance. And he was fine with that. And then we jumped into the tan. And as soon as he saw this tan, he decided to do the remainder of the house in this color. The other 2 colors were kind of a dark green and a brown that kind of had the same tone as as a legging or a pantyhose. It was kind of an ugly color, so I'm glad he switched over to this light tan, which is what I recommended to begin with. And as you recall, all this window hardware was all painted over, and I had it all soaking in paint stripper, so all the paint came off it. And these things are really cool. They're actually 3 pieces. Like this is made out of 2 pieces, and when you tighten it, it acts like a vise. Like it really clamps down. They're really neat. So just by doing that, it makes the windows look a lot better. And unfortunately, as I was saying in my previous video, there's a good chance that these windows are going to get pulled out of here within 2 years because it's going to cost a fortune to heat this place. And he's going to be renting it, so the tenants are going to be complaining about the heat for sure. And like as I was mentioning, everything got brushed. All the trim got brushed with 1 coat of Benjamin Moore Regal Select in a semi-gloss. And as you can see, that paint does wonders as this house was very dirty and it hasn't been painted since 1960. Sometime during the 60s, this house got renovated. So it hasn't been painted in pretty much 60 years. And that's what 1 coat of Benjamin Moore does on your trim. Just buy it, it's worth it. I know it's expensive, but buy that paint. There's nothing better than it. And this bathroom, as I showed in the previous video, is going to get remodeled as he started to demo it. And we'll check out this stairway. It's got that cool stained glass window. And the stairway was originally supposed to be like that brownish pantyhose looking color, and I'm glad that he decided to go with the tan. And I had Tim he painted this whole stairway and he did an excellent job. I've turned him into a painter. And as you recall, all the ceilings were a mess and now they look great. It wouldn't have hurt to put another coat of paint on them, but I think they look fine. And as you can see, my cut lines are very straight considering how old this house is. It's not easy to cut a perfectly straight line on an old house like this because nothing's flat. Everything's kind of bumpy and gravelly. That's the way I explain it. This is a beautiful, beautiful staircase here. I love all this old woodwork. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm hoping to God that he doesn't sand it and refinish it because the homeowner here, he's younger and he doesn't understand what this house is. I'll explain it to you in a minute. He's actually going to refinish the floors himself. He's going to attempt it. And all I got to say is good luck to that because sanding and refinishing a floor is a trade in itself and it does take skill. And if you do it poorly, it's going to come out like crap. But this room came out excellent also. It's nice and bright in here. Again, that's the old stuff from, the early 1900s. Rugged. And here's your modern day Chinese stamped steel junk. They don't build stuff like they used to. And as you recall, the ceiling was also a mess. I don't remember if I filmed it or not, but there was a little bit of work there and it looks nice and flat now. And this is the other blue room. I like having blue in these 2 rooms because it breaks up the monotony and it looks good. And I ended up not painting any of this because he's going to be tearing this apart and he's going to be building a breakfast bar here. So you'll be able to sit here and there'll be a little bar here. So that'll be kind of cool. I'm kind of opposed to it because I like to restore things and keep things original, but it's not my house. Same with these cabinets. I tried talking him into it. I'm not sure if he's going to buy into it, but these cabinets are actually in really good shape. They just need to be sanded and redone. There's nothing wrong with them. But if he wants to go out and spend, $6,000 to $7,000 on new cabinets, that's up to him. And as far as me coming back and doing more work, he really wants us to be here, but I don't think he can afford us, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be back here. I really want to paint the outside, but I'm afraid that he's not going to like my quote. But he might give in, so we'll see if I end up doing the outside here. Because my exterior season starts in about 2 or 3 weeks. And when I work outside, I give people a price, and if they don't like it, I don't adjust it. You know what I mean? Because during the summer, it's very busy. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed.